issues of life.
40 people
and
decide
theology.
the basic issues of life? How is 40 people? It's not like...
That's about as many people who committed
There's more people than that right here.
Yeah, well, and what they teach opposes not only group suicide, individual suicide. What they universally teach, and they all agree, these 40 writers, that murder is a sin. Whether it's murdering others or self-murder. See, their teaching promotes ethics and reason. And they're all in agreement on the ethical issues in life. Matter of fact, they teach on ethics what we all intuitively know to be true. We all know right from wrong. We all
know gays are going to hell.
Yeah. Fabulous place in hell, I hope. Yeah, not only anybody who's sexually immoral goes to hell.
What's sexually immoral?
Any intercourse outside of marriage.
Any intercourse outside of marriage?
Yeah.
Does that include head? What are your views on oral
any sort of physical contact that stirs up the passions will send you to hell, whether you actually have intercourse or not. We're to be pure in heart. The Bible says, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God."
Have you ever seen God?
Wicked, impure heart, and it's blinded you to understanding God. I have a website, growjed.org. I do have a Facebook, but I don't know. Well, actually, everybody wants to be on it, but I never go to it.
Will you join my zombie army?
I'm more into bulletin boards and that sort of thing. By the way, I think this would be a good time for me to introduce to you Jed Co. By the way, he's the webmaster of my website.
Hey, what's Jed? What's your favorite color?
He's also a CEO.
Well, Jesus hated orange, man.
Who are you?
Oh, yes. Wisdom is in the house.
Are you friends with Brother Jed?
Am I friends with Brother Jed? Who asked that?
I did.
Yes, I'm friends with Jed.
Really?
Yeah.
How long have you known him?
I've known Jed since 1978.
Really?
I got called by God to preach in the same manner in 1976.
How did God call you?
Did you also
on the telephone? Like,
well,
how do you know God contacted you?
That's a story I guess I can tell you. I got saved in 1974, and I had a very dynamic salvation, one where God Himself plucked me out of the fire. And,
what fire were you in?
What?
Were you burning?
No, I was just about ready to jump out of the window in the P&B building in Philadelphia.
Why?
Why? Because my life was wrecked. I was an alcoholic.
And God fixed
my
that?
brain was fried out with drugs. My career was in shambles. My wife had left me and taken my daughter away from me, and she was the center of my life. And then after she left, I joined the swingers club to immerse myself in immorality. And then I became suicidal, kept a loaded rifle beside my bed to blow my brains out the moment I had the wrong frame of mind. So on December 3rd, 1974, I was going to kill myself. That morning, there were two Christians in my office who kept trying to get me to go to a Bible study, and I always put them off because I said, I don't need this Jesus fellow, I've got my life under control, which obviously I did not.
Do you have any children?
I do.
Did you leave your wife after a week of impregnating her?
No, you're getting it all confused.
You should clarify that.
Then you divorced her.
I divorced my first wife, graduated from Penn State, and impregnated my girlfriend in the same week.
So are you going to hell for that?
You're a stand-up guy.
You had a mission.
I was a pervert, a lot like you.
So by doing this, are you all better?
I was about ready to go out the window and splatter myself on the street in Philadelphia. And one of the Christians stood up and he said to the other one, he says, Bob, it's noontime, you better get over to the Bible study. And it's at that instant that God spoke to me for the first time. He said to me, he's been married for 14 years. He's got 3 daughters. His wife is leaving him for another man. You've been married less than a year and a half. You've got 1 daughter, and your wife isn't leaving you for another man. She's just leaving you. But he still has time for me. So the sound of his voice actually drove me underneath my desk. I pulled myself up. I went with them to the Bible study. And they began to tell me something that I'd never heard before about making Jesus Lord of my life. In other words, giving him control, obeying him. Now, that was followed by, I had a multitude of questions. I don't remember the questions. I don't remember the answers. I don't remember the next 7 days. But the following week, on December 10th, 1974, I went back with them to their Bible study. And they began to tell me again about making Jesus Lord of my life. And as I sat there with my chin hooked on the edge of the conference table, God showed me